episode of the McGonigal Podcast, America's Stupidest Podcast, episode 49. We're back. I apologize. Nobody wanted us back, but we're back. Unfortunately, we're back. We have a great panel today. Great panel on my left. A great comedian. He's always great when he's here. Roger Weaver is here. Roger, thanks. And now we have two guests who I'm glad are here. I wanted them to get them here before. They are the operators of Die Laughing. DieLaughing.org is the website. Daniel and Chelsea Keota.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming out. It's awesome to have Daniel and Chelsea. This is awesome. I'll be doing a show with Daniel and Chelsea at the hotel. How do you say it?
Feast Soleil.
Hotel Feast Soleil in Skipbag. It sounds like I'm actually in showbiz. Feast Soleil.
Sounds like you're an acrobat.
I may do an acrobatic if I had to get out. If I bomb and I had to get out quick, I'd do an acrobatic act. But I can't wait for that. June 27th, right? It's Saturday night.
Yep.
I cannot wait for that. It's going to be anybody in the Skipbag area, even if you're not, drive out. Be a great show. Ryan Rins is on the show as well, right? Ryan Rins. Funny comic. It's going to be a great show. But we'll do this stupid podcast right now. We'll get this kicked off. How's everybody doing? Pretty good on a Sunday?
Yeah, good.
Right, thanks for coming out on a Sunday.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let me. What's that?
Great to be here. Let's go.
Well,
I want to get into this.
Where do I get into these stupid topics? It might not be that great to be here.
Ed, what I love about the show is
the stupidity.
Yes, because you don't talk about like blockading the Strait of Hormuz, but if there's like a fire at a dildo factory, the McGonigal news team springs into action. Cover it from every angle.
If there's a fire in the building, we're doing an emergency podcast. I'm calling cancel.
Breaking into regular programming.
2 o'clock in the morning, and we're going right on. We wouldn't miss that. But I wanted to talk about they called off the big concert that Trump was going to have, the Freedom concert with all these celebrities at Vanilla Ice and CNC Music Factory.
A-listers.
And all the A-listers, Brett Michaels from Point, they all pulled out of the concert. And I was thinking, well, listen, I would do it if they need a comedian to come down and do it.
Yeah, sure.
$100 and a couple sandwiches, me and Kensel will shoot down. We'll come right down 95. I mean, are you disappointed they're canceling that concert, Roger? Were you looking forward to that Milli Vanilli coming back?
Yeah, no, I'm not that. I'm going to get over my disappointment pretty well. I've seen. I don't have a big. I'm not a. I probably wouldn't have been watching those artists anyway, so I'm not too disappointed that they're pulling out. But I've seen a lot of jokes about it. My joke was that Morris Day pulled out because he didn't have the time.
Didn't have the time. There you go.
I made the most obvious joke I could think of.
But I mean, I wouldn't watch that. That would be like a car wreck watching that concert. Can you imagine?
Yes.
That would have been amazing. Did you guys hear about that concert they were going to have?
About
I mean,
it,
are you disappointed they're not having it? I mean, so many. But here's the thing. There's so many other artists from the 90s who aren't working. You think they'd find somebody. Somebody had to be out there.
Right.
Somebody could slip in. I mean, Young MC or somebody. Bismarcky. What these guys? Young MC was? Was he? I didn't realize. How about MC Hammer? He's got to need a few bucks.
Afro Man's on tour too.
Afro Man, there you go.
Yeah.
Shaggy, where are these guys at? Can't they all be? Where are these guys at? All right. Well, who was the one that had the song Unbelievable? Was that ENF or something? Remember that song, Jim? Unbelievable?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that would have been all these people for the 90s who hadn't worked in years, and they're canceling. That's how bad this concert was. The people who haven't worked in years are canceling. That would be like me canceling a comedy gig, which has never happened.
It's never happened.
People, the bookers cancel, but I never cancel. So I don't know how these people are canceling this great. But that would have been so much fun to watch these people from the 90s just out there. I can't believe it's getting called off. I don't understand it.
What was the reason it was called off?
Just they all started backing out.
They just canceled.
I think they were getting pressure because people about being associated with Trump. Like they didn't realize what they thought it was just going to be this concert. They didn't realize it was going to be associated with Trump.
Like they thought it was a concert celebrating like the 250th anniversary of the United States. And now, of course, if Trump's involved, it's got to make it about him, and it's going to be. It's really more like a Trump event than a USA event.
People, probably their agents and everybody started telling them, you don't want to be involved in that. It's a political thing. They didn't know it was going to be Martina McBride.
It's at the White House.
It's going to be somewhere in Washington, like on the mall.
So it's not at the UFC fights at the
UFC fight. I think it's going to be like on the mall, the mall in Washington.
Oh, the
I
concert.
guess. I guess that's where it was going to be. But now it's not going to be anywhere. Apparently, it's going to be on Zoom like everything else. They're going to maybe they'll do a Zoom thing. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it would have been fun to see that. Also, talking about the 250. See what Trump is talking about, issuing 250 pardons in honor of the 200, finding people who deserve to be pardoned. 250 pardons. And I'm wondering, can I get a pardon for some of those gigs I did? There's got to be a pardon. I mean, can you? What do you think? I mean, do you have anybody you can nominate for a pardon? Any family members who have any any discretions?
Right. Like maybe a preemptive pardon for future improper dealings. Yeah. No, I hadn't heard that. I heard about the $250 bill. I didn't hear about the
$250
pardons.
bill. Yeah, but supposedly they're floating the idea of pardoning 250 people on the 4th of July itself.
Okay.
They would hand out these 250 pardons.
Because it's about freedom. Celebrating freedom.
Now, I don't know who's getting these pardons. I don't know if Jelaine Maxwell's going to slip in there. Wouldn't surprise me if she slipped in there. I don't know. Maybe what's his name? Pop Daddy. Maybe Pop Daddy's going to get a pardon. I'm not sure who's getting these pardons. But is there anything you would like to put in? Have you done anything in your past you'd like to get a pardon? Because there's a few things I would.
High school.
Oh my God! Look, she's gonna sell me out right here.
There's a few things I'd like to put a pardon in for. I mean, there's a lot of my past. Me and some of my friends, we could definitely get on that list, that pardon list. I would like to get on that. I don't know if Trump's handing pardons out.
So is he like taking applications from people?
Apparently, they put the idea out, but they didn't put anybody's name out there, which makes me think that. If you're somebody who wants a pardon, this is the time to put in for
tell
one.
us why you need a pardon in 500 words or less.
They're going to get 1 million letters right now.
It seems like, I'm sure they already have. I'm sure people have already been emailing and you have the lawyer's contact. But I just have a funny feeling it'll end up being people who were donors to Trump's campaign. I just have something tells me I don't have suspicion.
No, that would never happen.
Somehow it'll just by coincidence be all people who donated to Trump's campaign or his son's business partners or people like that. That's just a crazy idea to come. I don't know why I would be that cynical and think that. Think that it would be all people who were contributing to Trump. But just a feeling. But that would be funny if they started pardoning people. And then, of course, lots of times when they hand out pardons, the person then goes and gets in trouble again.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They're out drinking and driving 2 days later and not paying their child support or something. They can't stay out of trouble. So
because if you're getting a pardon, means you're a criminal. And so that's what criminals tend to do.
It also means it gives you confidence that, hey, I can get away with anything. I get another pardon.
I'm bulletproof.
So I just like the idea that he was putting out the idea of 250 pardons. The guy, the law and order president, is going to pardon 250 people. This is awesome. There's a train taking me to Comedy Detention Center again. I get locked up every week.
I thought it was rain.
No, it's a train. It comes for me every week. When I do bad jokes, comes to take me away. every week, the comedy train is coming.
Right on schedule.
Right. It never misses a stop. The comedy train, but I like that, the pardon. I definitely a few things that there's some of the stuff I did, probably the statute of limitations might be up by now. But did you want to elaborate on anything Chelsea was hitting about, or you want to keep it quiet? She was hitting about.
No, I'll keep it quiet.
Keep it quiet. I don't blame you. It sounds like I like to do the same thing. I like to keep the stuff down myself. Did you guys see the video that came out this week of Bryce Harper brushing his teeth?
Yeah,
I did. Yes.
No, I missed that one.
This is how he brushes his teeth. He takes a tube and he squirts the toothpaste in his mouth. Then he sticks the brush in. Like, he doesn't put it on the brush.
So, I say he puts the toothpaste in. Okay, got it.
Squirts it in his mouth.
Gotcha.
And then puts the brush in.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. That he would put this video out, not knowing how weird it was.
Right.
People were going to say it was weird.
And the really weird thing is when he puts pine tar on the handle, because that doesn't seem to be necessary.
And the batting glove, and the big that plate that covers his elbow, the protective pad. Yeah. No, I never. How did his parents? I'm wondering when he was a kid, did his parents not show him how to brush their teeth? I don't know how you would come up with that system.
Yeah,
of
that's
squirting
weird.
Toothpaste into your mouth.
I don't get it either.
That's something you do at at a frat party. You squirt like cheese or something in your mouth or something, or whipped cream or something.
Right.
This is toothpaste.
Yes.
You said you guys.
Or one of those situations where like you don't have a toothbrush and you need to use
maybe,
your finger.
Maybe when you're
like,
some weekend down the shore, like you wake up. Yeah, but that's the craziest thing.
After a long weekend, and
exactly.
you're in a bind, but.
Well, if you make have a multi-million-dollar contract, it doesn't really matter how much. I'm thinking it's not a very efficient use of toothpaste because you probably squeeze a lot more than it's just like swishing it around.
You can certainly
than putting it on the brush.
If you Bryce Harper, you can afford a lot of toothpaste. There's no the money he's making.
Right.
But my question, who taught him how to do that? Where did he? I don't under. Where was he raised? That's how he thinks you put toothpaste in your mouth. I mean, his parents ought to be. They might be a little embarrassed that they saw that video. There's our son. That's how he brushes his teeth. And is he teaching his kids to brush it? Because he's got kids.
That's
now.
what I'm wondering.
Right.
Like,
No, I would-
does
so
your wife
hopefully
know
his,
about this?
yeah,
Like,
hopefully
are
the
you
mother takes
teaching
care of
your
that.
kids this?
Yeah.
Like,
That's unbelievable. I mean, I guess he spent so much time concentrating on baseball, and he didn't know how to do anything else. I wonder if how he eats. I wonder what his table manners are like. If that's how he's squirting toothpaste in his mouth.
weird.
I mean,
I had a lot of questions after that video.
everybody. Suppose they were asking him, and he got mad at the reporters for asking him about it. Well, you put the video out. Nobody told you to put that video.
I don't put videos.
Well, I mean,
of
that's
me brushing my
that's
teeth.
how you that's what you do with chewing tobacco. You just put it in your mouth first, right? So-
That
and
would
then-
make sense,
yeah.
but this is, I think, actually, chewing tobacco is probably healthier than what he was doing with that toothpaste.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know where he came up with that. They should be able to take years off of his Philly contract just as a punishment for that video.
Yeah.
Take the last 2 or 3 years, because the video was the craziest thing anybody's ever seen. It's like if somebody landed from another planet and they didn't know how to brush teeth, it was like something the Coneheads or something would do. You didn't know how to brush your teeth. That's how you would brush your
Right,
teeth.
but in our like modern society, like the weirder and more unconventional some video is, it's going to be all right. If he just like brushed his teeth,
yeah.
with like a normal way up and down, not side to side, that would have not gotten
Of
nearly the
course,
attention and
yep.
gone viral or
And
whatever.
everything is
Yeah.
clicks. You got to
Yeah.
get clicks. You got to get clicks. I'm still trying with this dumb podcast to get clicks. You got to get clicks. But talking about baseball, have you seen this trend in baseball now where they call it tarps off? It's a bunch of guys
That
out
one
in
I
the
have,
outfield. They all take their
yes.
shirts off and wave their shirt. They all stand out in the outfield bare chest.
That's a new thing.
It's a new thing called tarps off, and you get a whole. There's 20 or 30 guys.
Like
that
a whole
all-
section in the bleachers will
whole
all be
section will
wearing,
all
all
take-
guys wearing their take their shirts off.
T-shirts
Yeah.
off and they're all stand, but of course it's these skinny, pasty white guys who've never had a tan, and none of them worked out, and they're all skinny and flabby and pale as a ghost.
So Ed, we're gonna see you out there.
I would actually look good compared to some of these guys.
Right.
I would probably look like Timothy Chalamet standing next to some of these guys. That's how bad some of these guys look. But it's a thing now. It's like the new wave. Like the wave used to be when now it's
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
a couple guys
yeah.
started, and a bunch of guys come over from other side. They all get together, and they're all taking their shirts off. Tarps off, they call it. And I wish they wouldn't show it. That's the part that's bad. The
Yeah.
TV cameras
Yeah.
have to show it.
Right.
And they keep encouraging people to do that at the games. So I don't know.
I mean, it's one thing in like, a football game in Buffalo and it's 0 degrees and you show the big guy that's without a
Right,
shirt off.
right,
But
right.
yeah, like just a whole
It's great.
section of kids or young guys with their shirts off.
It's the
not
one
really
thing. It's one thing if it's
noteworthy.
Sydney Sweeney taking her shirt off. That's one thing. When it's these
Yeah.
pasty, skinny white guys, it's not that great. It
Right.
really isn't that great. This tarps off. I don't know.
Plus, it's bad for the batting background with all these like pale
Exactly.
guys, and you need like the darker,
That's probably why the Phillies aren't hitting. These guys are these pasty
the
white
hitting
guys
eye,
around
yeah.
here. This is what's causing the Phillies offense all these problems.
right.
But tarp off. But speaking of videos that were floating around this week, did you see the video of the woman who was pulled over and accused of talking on the phone?
Yes,
Cop pulls a woman over.
and
He
she has
says-
no arm.
He said, "I saw you holding a cell phone in your right hand talking," and she holds her hand up. She's got a stub.
Wow.
She doesn't.
No, did not see that
She's
one.
got a
that's
stub,
No.
and she said to the cop, "Do you want to call it a day?" Because and the cop got mad. "No, I don't want to call it a day. I saw you with it." She said, "How could I be holding?" But then he insisted on giving her a ticket.
And he specifically said her right hand.
Yeah, he did. He said her, and
Yeah.
that was the funniest thing. And then he insisted on giving her the ticket. Then she eventually went to traffic court, and the charges, of course, got thrown out.
Did they ask her to raise her right hand?
I hope not. I hope not. But it's the craziest video that this cop is so determined, like he can't admit that he was wrong.
That sounds like a lot of traffic cops that I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they're not
couldn't admit
open.
that
They're
he
not
was
open
wrong.
to suggestions. They
And the woman
tend to stick with their
And
original.
the woman was ready to laugh it
idea.
off.
Yeah.
The woman was ready to laugh it off.
She laughed and she said, "Should we call it a day?" When she showed him her stub, and no, I didn't mean call it a day. I saw you with your phone, and she said, "How could I do?"
It's a good thing he wasn't with like ICE enforcement, or else it could have gone even worse than that. I think.
She's putting a lockup up in New Jersey
Yeah.
right now, for God's sake. But I'm thinking he must think of chewed out by the other cops when they saw that video. I
You'd
bet
have
the
to
other
think
cops
so.
had
Yeah,
it chewed. What are
totally,
you
yeah.
doing? You know how bad you make us look with doing something
Right,
stupid like
right.
It's unbelievable. The poor woman's got a stub, and I saw you holding. a
No,
phone
I
in her
missed
right
it.
hand.
That's the one where you need to, like,
For
you know,
sure.
quote, forget to turn your body cam on. I think is that.
Yeah.
Or just apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All you had to. Do you have the video? I think Jim might have it. It's the funniest thing. There she is. With her.
So you want to just call this a day?
Yeah.
You just said my right hand.
Well, I thought so you did it. With the right hand, perhaps not, right?
You didn't see me with my right hand.
So are you
You're
saying?
saying that you saw me with
I
my
know
right
what I
hand.
just said. I know what I said. I'm asking you now. Did you? Oh, nah, I'm fucking. You did not have a fucking hand. Hand to God, you did not have a fucking hand.
Hand to
Hand to
God.
God.
There we go. Just giving straight lines.
If he's still a police officer, I don't know.
You can't even write that.
No.
They should have him mopping floors or cleaning the bathroom. That's ridiculous.
You know.
Then he
Yeah.
then
weeks
he
of
makes
death
it
duty,
worse by saying hand to God.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
That's something out of Reno 911. Remember that show Reno 911?
Yes, I do.
That's ridiculous.
Yes,
At this point,
100%.
what an embarrassment that this guy. Holy cow!
Does he still have a job?
That's what I'm wondering. I
Two
can't
weeks,
believe
that's
that.
Pretty
He-
sure. Yeah.
he had
I'm going to say for sure
He
he does.
had to get in trouble. If he didn't get in official trouble, they at least took him in the room and yelled at him. They had to. Somebody had to yell at you. Know that.
I don't have a microphone, unfortunately, for this, but the best comment here is she single-handedly disapproved his claim.
There you go. Nice.
Well, what an embarrassment not to just stop and apologize. I mean, how hard-headed can you be? I like cops. My grandfather was a cop, but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You have to get a hold of yourself and say, no, all right. No, he was Elliot Ness. He wasn't giving up on that. He was going to send her to the penitentiary. That's unbelievable. That poor woman. It's not bad enough she's got her hand cut off.
Yeah.
She's got some copperhead trying to be Rambo. Oh my God, that is amazing. You're right. You couldn't write that. That is that poor woman.
She couldn't write either.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And then she probably had to take a day off from work, go to traffic court. You gotta be.
How do you explain
At
that
that
one
point,
work?
I'd be like waiting for a trial. I'd be excited for it.
Yeah, but
Because
still,
I want to go in and see how dumb is this going to be.
You know the judge. The judge couldn't believe it. He probably thought he was saying things.
Yep.
This dumb cop had done this.
She didn't get pulled over on the way to work or like running late anywhere. Could
Well,
you
she-
imagine
she-
if you were running late somewhere?
she
and
might
that
have been.
happened?
You're trying to explain that
Like,
to your
trying to
boss.
explain
This
that
cop
one,
was saying I was
yeah.
She
using my
very
right
well
hand.
might have been. That's ridiculous.
Like,
She's got to be a hero in her community, though, because people know her from the video. But she's
Yeah,
probably
no,
going up there.
sure.
She's probably getting free drinks, free lunches everywhere she goes. She's got to be. All right, listen, I'm glad Daniel and Chelsea are here because I do want to ask about what it's like being bookers and booking comedy shows because I've never been on that end of the business. I've always just been a comedian. So what's the craziest things that have happened have you had like battles with other bookers? Have you had like anything like that?
So no, not battles with other bookers. I have had two comedians that wouldn't work for us
Okay.
because there's another club in town.
Okay.
But so most of what we've done though for us is we run an open mic, but we also go to like 2 to 3 shows a week.
Right, okay.
So most of the time to get on our shows, we have to see you out or see you at
Sure,
our open
sure.
mic. Now, as we expand, we're obviously gonna be
Sure.
booking more, and we're gonna have to, that's not always gonna be the case. So I don't know. The craziest thing though is people send you a clip, don't even say anything, and then they'll get mad. They'll be like angry at you.
Oh, sure. Of course.
Then you'll
of
get
course.
30 like hate messages.
Of course.
I'm like, I didn't even watch the clip.
See, I've been doing comedy so long that when somebody doesn't get back to me, I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah.
That's just part of the business. People
Right.
don't get
Yeah.
back to you, and
Yeah.
so you don't take it. I always tell people that don't
Yeah.
take people. That I know people they take everything personally in comedy. The worst thing you can do is take anything personally because you're gonna
I'm definitely learning that too.
you're gonna
Like
be mad all day.
we're very
Yeah.
new to comedy,
Yeah.
so we've only been doing this about a year now.
almost a year. Yeah.
You
So-
take anything personal, you will be mad all day.
Yeah.
Just I know guys like that, and they walk around, they're seething over, and they'll tell me what they're mad about. And I'm like, well, that's happened to me 85 times. And you really mad about that?
Yeah.
I said, but in Philadelphia, there used to actually be booker wars between the bookers. Like there was a thing called the City Paper. It's a free newspaper they used to
Yeah.
give out in a lot of night spots around Philadelphia, and they did a whole article on the comedy wars of Philadelphia. And one booker actually had a restraining order against another booker. That's how bad.
That's crazy.
A restraining order, and there were all kind of. If you work for this guy, you can't work for me. If you work for him, you're dead to me. It was crazy at one time. It really isn't like that so much anymore. There may be a little bit of that, but it was crazy to the point where it was. I mean, there would be real vengeance on you if you worked with somebody. Somebody else would. He'd cut you off. You were dead to him. It was crazy. The Booker Wars were crazy at one time.
Yeah. So for us, like, it's pretty easy. Like, and we enjoy like putting somebody on a show and then coming out and seeing you beforehand.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're big fans of comedy altogether, and we're like, I like the more amateur, the younger comedians. She likes the more polished comedians. So we go and support all forms of comedy.
It might be a little different for us because we're doing shows for our nonprofit, so it's kind of like a little different than just like trying to make money off of a show.
Cool.
Like we're trying to make money for our nonprofit, and
trust me, it's different
because
because there's hardly any comedy for nonprofit. I mean, a lot of this, it used to be real cutthroat. Maybe it's not as cutthroat as it used to be, but it was brutal at one time. Guys would just be fighting with each other.
And Ed, you're a little too nice to address the fact that, like, to me, the comedy you two are seem to be fairly normal, normal people, but the people in some of these comedy wars are not exactly. They're not all like necessarily mentally well balanced.
So listen, like there was a guy that
which
like,
helps lead into a war and friction and like restraining orders and
that's what I'm
paranoia.
saying. The guy who had a
not every accusation is actually accurate, and
insane. The two guys who had
They're like crazy.
The two guys restraining order, they were both insane.
Of course,
the guy who had to restrain, the guy who put it, they were both. And we used to joke around that they were separate. These two guys were actually secretly brothers, and they were separated both. But it was crazy to how bad it would get.
Right.
So like the craziest thing I had is I had this guy messaging me, and he was bugging me all the time.
Comedian?
Yeah, and he's bugging me to go out to lunch. And finally, I had to tell him, like, I'm not putting you on a show because you're just not funny.
Right, yeah.
Right, and that hurt his feelings, and then he started crying. Right.
yeah.
So like I finally had to be honest with him.
Yeah.
Like, and like, I don't know. It's just, he's not for me. His comedy wasn't for me.
Right. That's a cardinal rule of comedy. Don't let the booker see you cry.
Yeah.
The person who hires you seeing you cry really is going to hurt your stage time.
Right.
Shouts at stage time. That's my God.
I was
Ed and
very
I tell you
unexpected.
you cry in your own time, in private moments. You don't cry in front of the booker.
Late at night with a Tom Waits album on and
Exactly.
nobody's around and some whiskey.
T-shirt idea. No crying in comedy.
I'm
There
like,
you go.
maybe if he would just go up on the stage and cry for 5 minutes, he'd be funnier.
That could be his whole. That could be his whole niche.
Remember Andy Kaufman did the thing where he was like, he's intentionally doing badly, and he starts crying, and then he basically like turns it into like the crying was part of it because he was doing so bad, and then he eventually started playing the bongos and getting the crowd back on his side. But yeah, I could see someone. You got to be at that level to pull that off, though. I think.
Yeah, but there were. But it was crazy. It really was crazy at one time. You'd be walking on eggshells. You didn't know what to say, and you didn't want to say something to one guy and tip him off that you knew this other guy. So you'd be walking around really afraid to say anything.
Yeah, and it
So
was
it's like a bunch
like
of
mob wars and like territories
Exactly.
and like, you work for him, you can't work for me, and
it
this
was.
and that.
And some guys would think they had their territory. And like some people really, they would think their territory was all of Pennsylvania, all of New Jersey. I mean,
There's definitely still some of that for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
I hope it's not as bad as because it was ridiculous. Like now, I don't even care about it. I'm older now. I'll probably be dead soon, so I ain't worried about that kind of stuff. Like you said about the one guy didn't want to work here because there was another club in town.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of that.
Yeah,
anymore.
I moved on.
I'm too old for that now.
Yeah.
I mean, at one time I might have thought about that. I take the gig, and if nobody's going to be that mad about me working, Ed McGonigal working in a competing club.
We had an exclusive deal with McGonigal. What's the matter with you?
Nobody wants me. It's not like Bill Burr's working next door.
Yeah.
It's only Ed McGonigal. They don't care. They don't care if I'm working next door. But I always thought. Plus, I mean, I know it's hard, right? Because you must constantly be contacted by comedians. Right? You were saying you're constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody reaches out to you, right? So that's how it is. But yeah, being a booker must be hard. I never wanted to do it. I never thought I had the personality to do it. But
Well, then like some of the people like they'll message me and they're like, and then they'll be real newer comedians, and,
Right. Oh,
and I'll be
yeah.
like, well, let me know on a show you're on, and I'll come check it out. They're like, I'm not on anything.
Because
I'm like, I'm like, okay, well, come to my open mic. They're like, it's too far. I'm like, well, then how can I get you on my show?
Right.
They don't know how new they are. See, that
Yeah.
when you start out, you don't realize how green you are. It takes you a while. Then you look back and go, man, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
I've had moments like that too about myself already.
That's what when you're
100%.
doing. You'll be 5 years and you'll look back to yourself. know, 5 years ago. I was doing that. I can't believe I thought I was funny. I wasn't funny. What was I thinking? But you don't know that because you go and perform a few times and you think you're funny. And it takes you a while to realize you were just learning. This then comedy is the type of thing where you might take you a long time to get good.
Yeah. Well, I'm still trying.
Yeah, I mean it's
Like I can't when I go up on stage. I don't think I'm very funny.
well, I mean that's being honest. Most people aren't that honest. Most people aren't that honest.
I'm more funny when I'm like sitting in the crowd hanging out with people.
Right.
You know?
Most people aren't that. Most people like tell themselves they're funny. I mean, I know I did when I was new and I would tell them, but then I look back and go, no, why did I think I was funny? I wasn't funny then. But that's what happens. But I mean, that being a book, some of the stories are amazing. You guys.
There's also really cool stories though. So check this out. And
sure.
we didn't book them or anything, but like just in comedy in general, like meeting people. So like our nonprofit is going to be the Benefit Pen. So I deal with some of their business team I've talked to, and then recently they pushed me over to their director of gift planning. And come to find out, he's an amateur comedian. He was just hosting an open mic, and I went out and saw him.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like you never know where you're going to meet somebody.
Nice, but yeah, I mean the stories are unbelievable. How many people are walking around with grudges and the stuff that they have grudges about are crazy. It's not even worth having a grudge over. But it seems to have gotten better. Like the young comics I talk to now, they don't seem as angry as the previous generations of comics seem. So hopefully that'll help.
Come to an open mic.
Yeah, I don't think we've been to an open mic recently.
Some names you mentioned earlier, like guys like Drew Montana, Ryan Forster.
Drew Montana,
they don't
Ryan
seem like
Foster.
Oh no, he's been so easy.
No,
they were
they're so
easy to
cool.
work with.
Matt
Maybe they are,
Peebles,
but
yeah,
they were
they're
simple.
Those
great.
guys, do you know Brendan Dunnigan? Do you know him? He's
I know
nice.
Brendan.
He's a nice.
Yeah.
Somewhere?
Yeah, he came out to our open mic one
Yeah,
time.
he's the nicest guy. It seems like some of these younger guys don't have the anger. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe there are some walking around with the anger. I don't know, but I wish you luck though, because I know it's tough to be a booker and run shows. It's a tough thing to do. Deal with comedians, deal with everything. Deal with ticket sales, promotion, everything. It's not easy. And I don't know.
There's always something you forget
Of course.
leading up to a show. There's always every show, and it's something different.
I'm sure. I'm sure, and I'm sure you probably have people about like, hey, my nephew's a comedian. You should put him with somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you have a venue, like
Nephews, friends.
Yeah.
My bud, Mike.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but yeah.
No, he's good though.
Trying to make you feel guilty and put somebody on the show.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yes.
can just imagine.
Well, like then I had another guy come out and ask if I could put him on so that he could do public speaking. I'm like, we do comedy. He's like, but it'll be inspirational. I'm like, I'm sure it will be.
I want to do my TED talk in the middle of all the people who bought these tickets.
I want to hear these jokes about poop and then give it.
Is it okay if I do a eulogy for my grandfather? Right?
Yes. 'Cause that's why people go to a comedy show, to be inspired. That's what they.
Yeah, there's just some people I don't know. But
And then I tell him no, and he looks at me like I'm the stupid one.
Yeah.
But some people, of course, but most bookers, what happens is they end up getting a usual like a roster of guys.
Yeah,
and
like about 30 guys.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And then but then it's hard to break in. But
Yeah.
hopefully.
That's what we're doing. We're developing
good.
like a
That's
network
awesome.
of people that, and that way we can see what like areas we go into. We can put who we think would be best for those audiences.
That's awesome. But so dielaughing.org. Make sure you check that out. And then the hotel fee. I'm gonna mess it up again.
Hotel Fille Soleil.
Fille Soleil. It sounds like
Soleil.
I'm gonna be in France.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're having a French market this weekend.
Nice. So Fille Soleil. I'm really in the French Renaissance. Cool. All right, let's get back to these stupid topics. I'm wishing Daniel and Chelsea luck. Let's get back to these stupid topics. Did you guys see where this Roger might identify this more than you guys? Schlitz beer is going out of business. They shut
No
down.
way. That's what my dad used to drink.
Schlitz.
My dad
They brewed their last batch last weekend, and then they're discontinuing the line.
What's a 6-pack cost now?
I'm not even sure, because it's funny. I went into the beer distributor after I heard that, and I was like, I should buy a case of Schlitz just for fun now that it's going. And they didn't have any Schlitz, the beer distributor I went to.
Right.
But the Pabst owns it. The Pabst Blue
Yeah.
Ribbon company.
Yes.
They
$9.99 for a 6-pack of tall.
It used to be $3.99 when I was a kid.
Of course.
Okay.
But so. Yeah, Schlitz was around so long, and it was like you say, your dad used to.
Yeah.
So many
Yeah,
people's
sure
dads and
did.
granddads
Yes.
drank Schlitz,
Everybody drank it.
and it was the slogan was the beer that made Milwaukee famous. And I was
There
like,
you go.
Schlitz. But it's amazing how many of these beers are all brewed by the same company.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. But Pabst is brewing them at Schlitz said 1849. There you go. The beer that made Milwaukee. Wow, Schlitz. I mean, I can't remember how many times
175 years.
seeing guys,
Crazy.
and I'm old. I mean, I'm 60 now. So when I was a kid, how many older guys who, if they were long dead now, they would be drinking Schlitz. They'd be out on the front step and they'd have Schlitz. Schlitz and Schaefer.
Schaefer's?
And Schmitz. They were
The
just
king
old.
of beer, or
Yeah.
whatever. Not Schaefer's. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Schaefer,
Yeah.
the one beer to have when you're
That's-
having more than one.
Yeah.
And then Schmitz and all those old kind beers, you don't see them anymore. I get the young guys don't. I don't even know what the popular beer is now. I mean,
It's all it's all
Keystone
Pabst.
Light and
It's
stuff.
all like
Yeah, I don't even
IPAs
know.
now
yeah,
too.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Which I don't even
don't
understand what
like-
that is.
I
They're
don't
like
know.
$9, and they
IPA stands for Indian Pale Ale.
Indian
Yeah,
Pale
yeah,
Ale,
Pale
but
Ale,
they're
yeah.
like $9 for like
a pint.
yeah.
What? Oh, you can get drunk on much cheaper beer. Yeah, I don't understand that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but
And
Schlitz-
most of them taste horrible.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not a fan of them.
I'm sure, it's just amazing to me how many of those old style beer and Schmitz and Ortlieb's were brewed right in Philadelphia. They were too. The Schmitz
Yeah.
Schmitz was down at Second and what the hell street was it? Second. I know it was on Second Street where Schmitz Brewery was, and yeah, but all that stuff is gone now. And Schlitz. What is the top beers now? I mean, is Pabst Blue Ribbon the top beer?
I don't think so.
It was, and then they made a comeback. It was the old guys
Yeah.
drank Pabst too, and then it went away because when I was in my 20s, nobody drank Pabst.
Second and Christian.
Second and Christmas,
Nice.
yeah. But when I was in my 20s, nobody drank Pabst, and now people drink Pabst. So, do people still drink Budweiser and Miller? Is that still
I was
big?
gonna say a lot.
It's
Yeah, a
all
lot
Bud
of my
Light
friends
commercials.
Coors
drink
Light, Miller Light.
But Bud Light,
Bud Light.
they would.
My
they,
dad's a big Coors drinker, but yeah, he's 74.
Modelo.
world?
Owned now by Anheuser-Busch.
There you go.
Oh,
And you
fair.
know what's big in the Spanish community? That El Presidente,
Yeah.
which I've never tried it. I mean, but it's apparently among Spanish
And
people.
Dos Equis.
Oh, there you go, Dos
Dos
Equis.
Equis,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm out of it. I don't hardly drink anymore. I'm out of it.
I don't drink at all
But,
anymore. I had to quit drinking.
Yeah, I guess for your health, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. My parents should have quit drinking for their health, but they didn't. My father died of Irish fever, cirrhosis of the liver.
Yeah,
So-
so my
Ah,
dad.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you
My dad
good?
did, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. Oh, cool.
yeah.
That's something nice to have in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of beer, I went to the beer. Like I said, I went looking for. I thought, well, it might be funny to pick up a case of Schlitz just for old time, but they didn't have any. So there's this beer distributor in my neighborhood, and that recently it's been there for years, but it got taken over by these Chinese people. They're running it now. They must have just took it over. So I go in there last week, and you know how you have the displays of beer.
Yes.
None of them had a price on them, and I'm going. I've never been in a beer distributor where they didn't have the prices on the beers. No beer had a price on. So I'm walking around. I see one of the Chinese. I asked, how much? I pointed to the case of beer. How much? He couldn't speak English.
Oh.
And we're trying hand signals. That
Yeah.
didn't work. So I find another Chinese guy. How much for the beer? He can't speak English. We're doing hand signals again, charades. Finally, the third guy I find, he can speak English. And then but I've never been in a beer distributor where they wouldn't have had the
They
prices
have no
on-
respect for you unless you haggle. I know that.
Apparently.
I thought maybe all of them were going to be the same price.
No, but it was the craziest thing. Have you ever been in a beer that didn't have in Pennsylvania?
No.
That was crazy.
That's
There's
weird.
no prices on it. Maybe because they
Even
just took the
Jersey,
place.
too.
Yeah, nowhere.
No, nowhere. I don't know.
So maybe because they
make
just
any
took it over, they're
sense.
not that organized. They just took over the beer distributor. But I ended up buying. Talk about this is how cheap I am. I ended up buying a 30-pack of Lucky Streak beer. You ever hear of Lucky Streak beer? You know why I bought it?
Those
'Cause
Lucky Strike cigarettes.
No, Lucky
Yeah.
Streak, not even Strike,
Streak.
Streak, because it was the cheapest 30-pack. It was only $18 for a 30-pack.
Okay.
And then when I got it home, I'm looking at the can, and it said brewed and canned by the Anheuser-Busch Company. So it's made by Anheuser-Busch.
Everything
But
is, yeah.
But,
It's the same things they do with like cereal in
yeah,
Walmart.
yeah.
You know, like General Mills, and then they have the regular brand.
But $18 for a 30-pack, that's 60 cents for each can.
Not bad.
That's a lot better than the $9 you were
Yeah,
just
right.
talking about.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
100%.
I don't. I can get drunk without spending money. I'm not that. And I only have like maybe one beer a day. I don't get drunk anymore.
Yeah.
So
But you
I
wanted
don't-
the last case of Schlitz, just like you have sitting on that last case of Billy beer at home. Yeah.
Absolutely. I still have Billy beer and Valley Forge. You remember Valley Forge beer? Valley Forge beer. You talk about the old guys when I was a kid. It was brewed locally somewhere too. Valley Forge beer. And nobody believes me when I bring it up. Like, look at the looks of the face. What the hell was
Right.
Valley
Yeah,
Forge?
no idea.
Telling you, it was Valley Forge beer. It was,
Okay.
but the old guys drank that, but it's long out of business.
My dad's a big beer lover, so I'm gonna call him after this because
Yeah.
I'm sure.
How old is your dad? Okay.
74.
74. Well,
Yeah.
okay, he might remember the Valley
Yeah.
Forge. Yeah, but Valley Forge, and my father was Ortlieb's.
Okay.
He was, and I'm mad. I was going to put when he died, I was going to put a bottle of Ortlieb's in the casket. Then my mother didn't want me to, and I've been mad about it for years. I should have put that because it would have been perfect. Because
Yes.
like all my cousins used to make jokes about my dad drink. He was Ortlieb's, and I should have put a beer in the casket. I'm always been mad that I didn't put one in there. But yeah, I never been in a beer distributor. They didn't have prices on the beer.
That's
I
unusual.
don't, it's the crazy. Maybe they're trying to trick you into buying the more expensive.
See how
kind.
drunk you are, and they'll charge you based on how
Right.
drunk you
Yeah,
are.
exactly. But
Yeah.
but because I hardly drink anymore, I'm not going to spend a lot of money. I'm looking for the cheapest beer. That's
Or
my
like there's
whole
so many market fluctuations, they want to have, fluid pricing, dynamic pricing for the beers.
With the Strait of Hormuz being cut off, you never
Exactly.
know how much the beer's going to skyrocket. But
Right.
did you read about the Texas roller coaster the other night that got
I
stalled?
I just saw that this
And
morning.
people
I think.
were on there
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
Upside down.
Hanging upside down
in
for
Ga-
4
in
hours
Galveston,
on a
Texas.
roller
It was
coaster.
an
This seems
amusement
like it's
park.
happening a couple times a year now.
Oh, it probably does with the quality of workers in this country. It probably nobody
Yeah.
cares about. Everybody's high and nobody cares about their job, so it probably
Right.
does happen a lot.
Why
But
do they always get stuck upside down?
I guess it makes it because the roller coaster's upside down so much. I guess that makes sense. But 4 hours. But I was thinking though, if you were a parent, it might be a good thing if your kid was on that because they're never going to ask you to go to an amusement park again.
Yeah,
they're never
true.
going to say take me.
Yeah.
Take me to Disney. But they're going to be too scared. They're never going to bug you again. That might be a
Right.
good thing. I mean, the kid was up. He's not. I'm off the hook now. I ain't got to take him to any amusement parks. But can you imagine hanging upside down? I think it'd be worse than sitting in on this podcast. That would actually be worse than being here.
Right. At least the podcast only is over in an hour.
It
right?
actually wasn't upside down, but my sister actually got stuck on the. I think it was the Great White down in Wildwood. 'cause
but
we
Lisa-
have a
well,
shore
that's
down
bad, but
there,
Lisa
and it was
wasn't
stuck.
upside down.
No,
At
it wasn't
least-
upside down,
but-
but she got stuck on that one.
How long was she on it? Do you remember how long she was on there?
I don't remember. I think maybe an hour.
That's not that
It
bad.
doesn't seem too bad. I don't know. I was younger when it happened too. But
I wouldn't trust any of those, especially those
Yeah.
neighborhood carnivals that come and they set up.
Yeah,
in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
right.
those,
You
I don't
know
know how I went on those
the
as a
people they're
teenager.
hiring. who are they hiring to work there?
Exactly.
There's no way I would get on anything like that. When I was younger, down the shore, I got on some stuff, but now I wouldn't.
I mean,
would
just
never
the
say-
creaking those machines make.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
No,
I
I
don't
used to
think
do
so.
it. I used to go on those rides as a teenager, but
course.
now I'd be like,
You don't think about it now. What? I'm getting on what?
I don't think so.
There's no way, but that's a 4 hours on a roller. And who are you going to sue? Nobody has any money and connected with the carnival anymore. Who are you going to sue?
Right.
So there's nothing you can do. That's unbelievable. But I don't understand why they couldn't have used fire trucks to get the people down quick. Why they had to stay there for 4 hours? That's the part that I didn't get. Why were they trapped there for 4 hours? You mean to say the first responders couldn't get them down?
Dude, and people had to go to the
Yeah.
bathroom. and
Oh,
stuff. It
I'm
was
sure
4
some
hours.
people got sick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I guarantee
imagine if you
kids
got
probably
sick
peed
on-
their pants on there. They had to.
So you're upside down and your legs are just bent back into yourself, like.
I guess you're strapped in, so the whole seat's upside down. Like, the whole thing. I guess. I don't
I
even.
don't
I
wanna
don't.
think about it.
It's not something I would want to be a part of. I mean, it sounds pretty horrible. It sounds like something from Jackie.
They probably comped them free tickets to come back.
Yeah. Come back next
Like,
year.
sorry about that. Here's free tickets for next year.
Yeah.
Here's a free cotton candy. Good. I was reading about this teenager. He hit the lottery for $4.5 million. And he's made the decision he's not giving his parents any money. It was the funniest thing.
Well, like he came out and said it.
Yeah, and then people were criticizing him, so he put up a whole post, and he put up a post saying, "Why am I the asshole? What did I do wrong? Why
did he announce
Why
it?
did my?" I guess everybody's on social media
Yeah,
nowadays, so
right.
of course you announce everything. You don't do anything without putting it online.
Right.
But people are criticizing it. But that is funny that he would have the balls to tell his parents they ain't getting a dime.
Yes.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
And I assume he still expects his parents to feed him every
He don't
night
need it now, but the
and
funny thing
pay
is,
for stuff for him too.
think about it, they must have been maybe nasty. They might not have been the nicest people. If he's
That's
not
possible,
even
yeah.
giving them anything, think about that. That is so hilarious that he's not going to give them. But imagine you getting that kind of money as a teenager and how fast you're going to blow through it.
Yeah,
That kid's gonna
definitely.
be,
Yeah.
that kid's going to be
It's gonna
broke
be
in 2
gone.
years.
Right.
That kid will be broke. Unless you better get the installments. You better not get the whole lump sum.
Yeah,
If he's smart.
I wouldn't bet on
Because-
that.
But I thought that was the funniest thing when he told his parents they aren't getting any. And that kid's, he's probably a hero in his high school. Yeah, man. You told your parents you weren't getting any. He's probably flipping the principal off. I got $4 million. No, is this the roller coaster upside down?
Oh, there we go.
You're already on the next.
Okay, all right. I'm just, but yeah, can you imagine that's the funniest? I would think that if I was a teenager and I got that money, I would think that, but I probably wouldn't have the balls to tell my parents that. This kid actually told them they ain't getting any. That kid is funny. I'd like to get him on the podcast. I'd like to get him in.
Exactly.
He would probably be hilarious in here. He would probably be great. So I keep reading about. It seems like at all these fast food places and little restaurants, there's constantly brawls breaking out. You ever see the video? There's constantly fights breaking out at places like Waffle House and Popeyes. There's constantly fights.
Yeah, so actually, I worked for Puma. Back in 2014 or 15, I went down to Franklin Mills to like fill in,
Right.
and they didn't tell me how bad the mall was. And I'm sitting there and I see this fight start breaking out, and then all of a sudden 30 kids rush in.
Right.
So I'm like, let me go up, and I quick lock the door, and all of a sudden I see 2 kids get tased.
What did you work for? Puma?
I work for Puma.
Oh, Puma.
So
I'm
I was
sorry.
at a store down at the
Right,
Franklin
right,
Mills.
right, right. Oh, the videos are constant. These videos of these kids, and not always kids. I shouldn't say kids, adults.
Yeah.
Women fighting in McDonald's, taking swings at the McDonald's workers. It's like, what? You must have to be combat pay to be a fast food worker. It's ridiculous. How many of these videos get out there? And I'm wondering, did this stuff go on before social media? We're just finding out about it, or is it a new phenomenon? Because have you ever been in a place like that where a brawl broke out? I mean, I've never seen anything like that.
No, I don't think I have. I'm thinking that people getting into fights at like Waffle House and McDonald's, they don't make the best life decisions about everything, about like food and nutrition. So maybe
there's
they're
no que-
also probably not that surprised they're getting into fights as well.
I've seen some arguments at Dunkin' Donuts. I have seen that, not fights, but I've seen
Yeah.
some. Well, but at Dunkin' Donuts, you kind of expect it. You walk in there with a hard hat on, walk to Dunkin' Donuts, put a flak jacket on, but in Dunkin' Donuts. But that's funny. You actually saw the ball broke and the kids got tased.
I saw 2 people. I don't know how old they were, but I saw 2 people get tased.
It's amazing how much of this stuff goes on. These fights in public places. I don't know. Maybe I know. I wondered did it happen before, or it's
Well,
just.
you said everyone has a phone now, so if
yeah,
something happens,
Yeah.
it's going to
It
be
may have happened before.
It's going
we
to be
just
filmed
weren't
and it's
able
going
to
to be
film
put
it then.
somewhere. Yeah.
Now you can film it. It may have been happening for years.
Right.
Who the heck knows?
Plus, areas are just more populated too. So if they're more populated,
Well, and I think for whatever why people are so angry nowadays. I don't know. So have you guys ever been to a destination wedding?
I'm not.
No.
And
we almost had friends that got married at a destination wedding, but ended up being not happening.
Would you have gone?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean, to me, it's you're asking people to spend all this money.
Yeah.
I always think if you have a destination wedding, when you get divorced, you should be obligated to have a destination party where
Right.
everybody gets to go on and party again
Exactly.
in Bermuda or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you make
That'd be
people
a
go
good
for
idea.
your weddings, you should have a destination divorce too. Because I've never been invited to a destination wedding. And I don't think I would go. I think I would politely decline because
Yeah.
it'd be all that kind of money. I would never do that. But it's amazing that people do that. They throw these big destinations. Why can't you just have, like my parents got married at the Knights of Columbus.
Yeah,
So did mine. Well, they got married. They got married at a church and then had the reception
Right.
at Knights of
No,
Columbus.
that's my
so-
parents' team. Cool, that's what I meant, yeah. And then, I mean, I still live near the Knights of Columbus. My parents, I drive by it sometimes and I think, my parents had the reception at the Knights of Columbus? That's pretty funny, but yeah, I don't know why people, I don't understand that. I don't understand
I think I
spending-
declined that too.
I don't understand the gigantic amounts of money anyway. It really, you could take that money you spend on a wedding and put it for a house, right? A down
I mean,
payment
we
on a
got
house.
married in
Yeah.
2017, 18.
18,
I can't imagine what it
yeah.
would cost now.
I
it's
can't.
insane.
It's amazing what people and it's for one of those dead people down the islands. They want to go down and I don't know how much money they're spending, but it can't be
But then when you go on those destination weddings, the time's not even yours. Like you don't get to go do what you
right
want.
because they have a whole
Right.
schedule. Right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Whole schedule usually.
Oh my God. that must be horrifying.
They might tell you what to
Didn't
eat too.
Don Jr. just have a destination
Oh,
wedding?
of course. And his dad didn't make it. See, heads up, man. His
That's
own
how I talk,
father
yeah.
didn't make it. I think I would break my ankle or something and say I couldn't make it or something.
Right.
I'd cut my hand off like that woman and say, "Stop now.
Hand to God.
I can't. Yeah, hand to God, I can't make your wedding. I swear to God." So Luigi was back in the news this week. Luigi Mangione, who shot the
yeah.
Yeah.
The women are out there. Women are still in love with this guy. The only
Right,
guy that would have married this guy. That's amazing. I mean, I thought about all kind of ways to meet women. I never thought about homicide. I don't know how I screwed that up.
It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand he's, okay, maybe he's a handsome guy, but I mean, he's still a murderer. Aren't there other handsome guys you can meet that aren't murderers?
You'd like to think so, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like did you see about the guy that's the Deadpool killer, Wayne Wilson? That's also like
And he's got women?
he's also known for like being handsome and everything. Yeah, he's on a show called Worst Ex Ever on Netflix. I was watching that. It's insane the amount of women that.
But
follow
that's a
him,
whole
though.
phenomenon of women.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be
Follow.
handsome. Charles Manson used to get love letters.
Yeah.
You think
Right.
about that.
Yeah.
Charles
Right.
Manson
Ted
used to
Bundy,
get love
too.
letters. Ted Bundy was handsome. He was a handsome guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course OJ used to get women sending him stuff, but I don't understand that whole thing. There were certain women who get turned on by guys in prison. Which
Yeah, but
is amazing.
OJ was
insane.
famous, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some other stuff.
Must
going
be
for
that
him.
whole
Some
thing
other
where
stuff
they're unavailable, they're unattainable.
Yeah.
Right.
well, I think there's like a
Action
jail.
makes the
I
heart
think there's
go
like a
blind.
jail dating app now that women can
Oh,
use.
there you go.
I believe
But they
it.
can message the guys
Yeah.
right in jail.
There's probably a jail podcast. A jail.
Yeah.
You should lead that one.
Well, that was my joke.
That would be interesting.
I would like to get Luigi on here. I would.
Charles Manson got married in prison. Do you remember? And I said he wanted a woman who finished his sentence.
But I would like to get some of those women who
Yeah.
after Luigi, get them on here. You think the Booker stories are interesting? The Luigi
Right.
stories would really be interesting. But
Yeah, for sure.
that's amazing. Luigi is still. I mean, there's so many guys out there who can't meet women, and Luigi
There you
is
go.
is
Yeah.
fighting them off. The murderer.
I don't know why there's women everywhere.
I don't know. But
I mean, I'm not gonna have to worry.
Well,
about
he's a celebrity. That's one thing, and he's good looking.
Yeah.
I guess.
Exactly.
He's a
He's
celebrity.
I've heard he's good looking.
celebrity because he's so.
What's he killing?
So-
He's a celebrity
Right,
now.
but that's
But-
Yeah.
he's already got like two of the things. He's checked two of the boxes right there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like
If
look
there
at it
are
from
any
their
women
point
out
of view.
there
Yeah.
who are in love with Luigi and sending them letters, and you want to come on the McGonigal podcast, we're
Yeah,
happy to
please
have
do.
you. We'll kick
I
that
can't
around.
wait to see that one.
I'd love to have that.
Too.
That would be hilarious.
Between that one and the one with the kid.
Oh, the
wouldn't give
kid,
him my-
the kid.
Yeah.
If he's out there, the kid who won't give his parents
That
any
could be the
money.
panel for that
But
night, yeah.
We'll break.
That's
we'll
for
break
your
the rule.
50th show.
We'll break the rule. We'll actually do a Zoom call. We'll actually do a Zoom guest if we can get that kid on here who won't give his money. We have the guest in the studio, but I'll break the rule for that one if I can get the kid with the $4.5 million. That would be hilarious. Oh, that would be hilarious. So are you reading about these teen takeovers? The teenagers that they start showing up in places. They organize it on social media.
yeah.
Then they show up and they like cause mayhem at public places. And then the cops had to be called in, and it's the whole thing. What are we going to do about these teen takeovers? And they fist fight the police.
Oh, really?
And it's crazy. And the videos are out there because everything has to be on video nowadays.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it because when I was a teenager, me and my friends, the whole thing was get some beer and
Yeah.
hide from the cops.
Yeah.
Hide from
Stay
adults.
away from the cops.
Hide from
Right.
everybody. I don't understand why you want to be public. We'd never want to be filmed. It's a whole different thing now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You wanted to keep a low profile when you were a teenager. I don't know, but it's crazy. And then now they're having on the news that the teen takeovers. What are we going to do about the teen takeovers? Of course, it's also depressing that the police are losing to some of these teenagers.
Yes.
That police
Well,
have guns and tasers.
I
You
think that
they
the
should be able to
police
win
need
these
to have
fights.
like a yearly physical, they should. Some of the cops that you see in these teen videos, they're not in great shape.
Oh no, cops are not in great shape.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not either.
anywhere.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying maybe there needs to be more.
No,
done there.
that's a whole show we can do.
Eating in your car
We could do
all
a
the
whole
time,
show about the
yeah.
physical shape of police officers. Absolutely. You
Right.
say you see these police officers. What if you had to chase somebody? These guys that you couldn't.
Or you have to chase someone to save someone's life.
Exactly. Or you had to try to wrestle somebody,
Yeah.
get them in a car. Somebody
These criminals are in shape and they're fast.
that you're right. That is, and I'm amazed when I drive around. And I see the shape of some of these police officers. I think don't the police. Don't they say something to these guys? What do get in the gym? This is ridiculous. You're a police officer. That's amazing the shape of some of these guys. I don't understand how they're allowed to do that. And no, I mean, maybe they do say something to them. I don't know, but you maybe that's why they're losing to the teenagers in the fist fight. I'm not sure, but
There's kids sometimes.
Well, the teenage, see, as you said, it's all organized on social media, so the police are not like concentrated in an area. They're just like observing and doing their patrolling neighborhoods, and then all of a sudden there's like 150 kids in one area making mischief. It's hard for them. It's like the kids are using the art of war. I think there's some of the principles of like concentration of force and communicate. Yeah, it's like the police are just they're not ready for it.
They're reading those books from Machiavelli. That's right.
Exactly.
All right. I guess that's possible. I guess. You know who I have a lot of respect for? I got to say, people who are heavy nowadays, because everybody knows about Ozempic. But if you're heavy, that means you've made it. You're not going to be on Ozempic. I do, because they've seen everybody. You've seen Ozempic. They made I'm heavy. I'm down. I went down this road and I'm not turning back. I'm not getting a shot. You got to have respect for somebody who's still overweight nowadays. When there's all this Ozempic and Monjuro, these people, they made their choice. They're not jumping on the bandwagon. It's like me. I never jumped on the hair plug. I never got hair plugs.
They should have jumped on the bandwagon. I did. I lost 100 pounds. I had to lose 100 pounds to qualify for the transplant list.
Right. Did you use Ozempic?
I'm not Manjaro. Ozempic didn't work.
Was there any worry about the side effects or anything like that?
So I lucked out. I didn't have any. I would, every time I started at 2.5 milliliters or whatever it is, and every 4 weeks they would up it until I got to 15. So the first 2 weeks of each dose, I would have an upset stomach for 2 days. So it's only a shot once a week.
Right.
So by the time I got like fully loaded, I didn't have any. But I know there's a lot of people that have.
So that's what it is, once a week?
Yeah, the shot that I took was once
So
a week.
I was worried about those drugs because I was always worried, man, I hope these people who would take it, it's great that they're losing weight, but I'm always worried, what about 5 years down the road?
So,
and they discover some side effect they didn't know about. That's what I mean, I'm not, what do I know? I'm not medical, but I just thought that seems.
The only thing I'd say about that is the side effects of being fat for those years.
I know.
Just as bad.
I guess it is. I just hope there's something bad doesn't come out of it, because I hope that, oh man, we found out these shots are causing this.
Oh no, there's definitely going to be stuff to come out about it.
That's what I'm afraid of. Well, in your case,
I had to lose it
had to
fast.
do it because you had to get the transplant. But there are people who, they're not in that situation.
Now there's people that just need to lose 20 pounds that could just walk.
Exactly. And I just look
tight for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If they want to do it, that's fine. But that's what I would be worried about. What's going if they don't know the full effects yet.
For me too, like when I started it, I didn't start losing right away on it. I didn't start losing weight until like 3 months into using it. So I was like for me, I'm sick anyway, so I was like, I'll just keep taking it. And then it started working, and then I lost 110 pounds in 9 months to qualify for the transplant list.
But I could see a lot of people not having the patience or saying it's not working. I'm going to do something else and not sticking with it.
If I didn't have to lose it to save my life, I probably would have quit. Because like if I wasn't already feeling sick, I would have quit.
Right. I just hope it isn't. I just hope it is. They don't. 5 years from now start saying, "Oh, everybody stop taking this stuff. We just found that it causes this or it causes that." That's my only worry, because it just seems too good to be true that you can just take a shot and lose weight. I mean, I hope it's true.
It literally does change. I'll say this: it does turn in. Like there's days where I have to tell myself to eat.
I hope it works out for everybody, because I know there's a lot of people on them.
There's a lot of flappy skin because of it too.
Oh yeah, there is. There is.
I'd hate to see what the beaches look like this summer compared to like back in the '60s.
It's gonna look like those guys taking their shirts off in the baseball game.
Yeah,
Right.
tarps off.
Skinny white guys standing around, just awful. But speaking of shots, now something else I was talking about. Did you hear this trend? And Chelsea, I apologize, you being the only woman sitting here.
It's okay.
It's called ball maxing, where there's this shot you can take apparently that will make your balls bigger.
Oh, really?
I have no idea why people
Like, is it a
want
certain
this.
angle?
What do you,
You're saying it's an angle?
It's a shot you take.
Oh, a shot. I thought you were taking like a camera shot.
No, a shot.
It's not an air pump with a needle. It's not.
You were talking about a camera.
It's an actual
That's why
shot. Okay.
When you were talking about the shot for the Ozempic,
Yeah.
I said, well, why don't we talk about this? And apparently It's called ball maxing, which is insane. Why anybody would want this?
I was gonna say, wait, this only works on your balls, like not your penis itself. Like
balls
yeah,
is
so
what
why?
I'm understanding.
Why?
I don't get it either. I definitely don't get it, but that's what they're saying. Balls maxing is. I don't know if it's an ego thing the guys want, or would women be attracted by that? But
Well, it helps with their confidence, I think.
I
wasn't
guess.
affected by big balls.
I don't know. It sounds insane when I was reading it. I was thinking,
It does kinda.
because first you're taking a shot to get skinny. Now you're taking a shot to get your balls.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be a shot. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm gonna get right after I die. They're gonna come up with a tall shot.
There you go.
But ball. I was thinking, why would anybody want that? Whose idea? But it's a weird generation. It must be a weird ego thing, man.
So weird.
Someone had to figure that out too.
Exactly.
Someone had to like put
Who's
that.
the tester for
that's-
that shot?
That's what
Like,
that's what's amazing to me. They have doctors working on like ozempic or Viagra to make your erection
Yeah.
last on balls maxing. Nobody's working on cancer.
No.
Nobody's working on heart disease. They're working on the erections and the balls.
Yeah.
And breast
That's true.
breast implants.
Yeah.
That's what they're working on. Nobody's working on cancer. That's why you can't cure cancer. Because all the smartest minds are working on Viagra. That's why we haven't cured cancer. I'm almost positive of it. That's the reason we haven't. Have you heard about these things? These data centers that people are upset about?
Yeah, there's ones going
yeah,
in our
so it's one
neighborhood.
near us.
I don't even know what they are. What are they exactly?
I think I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest, but
No.
I think one of the big problems is because they're worried about the water. But doesn't water just evaporate and fall back down?
I don't know. People are protesting against them, and some people are saying, no, they're great. And I don't even understand what they are. Never mind if they're good or bad. I don't know what they are.
I don't know what they're for either.
No, I don't.
I have no
don't.
idea.
There's something to do
They've
with
never
AI,
explained
right,
it.
Jim? AI. It has to support. It has to support the AI infrastructure for AI. Is that?
Oh, well, that's why people are complaining about it.
Why are people so mad about having them in their neighborhoods, though?
Because it's sucking up the energy, the power to go on to making electricity.
The power grid
Yep, and the water.
and the what?
So-
What does it do under the water? How does it affect the
Yeah.
water?
It's just sucking up all the water. The power needs the water.
But the water doesn't leave the planet; it evaporates, right?
I mean, you're asking a guy that doesn't really
Yeah,
No idea.
know what I read.
I'm baffled by the whole thing. The protesters.
Well, when they're complaining about it, they don't tell you why they won't.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
They don't tell you what you're using it for. It's just going to be a building that sucks up energy.
Yeah.
I don't get the whole thing. I'm just mystified by the whole thing. And then AI is frightening. The things that AI can do is.
It comes up as soon as I type in why are people upset. So I'll tell you.
But
It's the first thing people are upset about.
They mostly due to massive resource consumption, strained utility bills for local residents, and a poor return on
Why would the-
community investment. That's what comes up.
Why would the bills go up because of the data center? Wouldn't it go down? You think?
I don't understand any
I
of
know
it.
the people are.
They're using so much energy, and I think the local governments are giving them free energy.
That's weird.
Wow, that's.
Well, people are worried about our neighborhood because it's going in near. They're talking about putting one near a power plant near
Oh,
us.
Yeah, that's why they're putting it by the way.
Yeah,
Volumes
yeah,
of water
that's
are
why.
evaporated daily for cooling, sparking fears of water shortages and strained municipal supplies throughout.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Air pollution, noise pollution, low job creation, and surging utility bills.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well,
So what's the positive?
That you can create Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump having sex together.
There you go.
AI? I don't know what AI is going to do. I'm glad I'm getting older because AI is going to
Yeah.
change the whole world. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know.
Seriously.
I don't think it's going to change the way people think, though. Like, it's definitely going to throw us a curveball.
Well, here's the thing. I think people stop thinking about.
Yeah,
it
they don't
30
have
years
to
ago.
think
I don't
anymore.
There is much thinking.
No.
But well, Jim, we did about an hour, didn't we? Just about an hour.
Over.
Over an hour. Oh my God, I'm
Wow.
sorry about that. Listen, I want to thank everybody who tuned in today. Thank the panel. Roger, thanks for coming out again.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Daniel and
Yeah, thanks
Chelsea,
for having us.
dielaughing.org. June 27th.
27th.
Hotel, say it again.
Don't make him
Hotel-
say it again.
Peace so late.
Peace
Fee Soleil, Fee
Fee
Soleil. Fee Soleil, Hotel Fee Soleil in Skipback. Please come out. It's going to be a great show. Daniel Chelsea, dielaughing.org. Roger, anything to plug?
I will not be performing at Freedom 250. I just want to let that.
I'm still available. Me and Cancel can come down and Cancel's truck. couple $100 and a couple sandwiches. We'll be down there. It'll be no problem. Listen, we want to thank everybody. Thanks, Jim. Check out Jim's T-shirt business, folks. We'll see you on the next dumb episode. Thanks a lot, folks. Thank you.
It's America's Stupidest Podcast. Think NPR for dummies. This is the McGonigal Podcast.